Hello, my dear friends. Another novel, another world. Today's summary is of the novel The Old Man and the Sea by the famous American writer Ernest Hemingway, winner of the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1954. He is considered one of the greatest writers of the 20th century, known for his simple, direct style and concise language. Without further delay, let's move on to our summary, The Tale of the Old Man and the Sea. In a quiet little village on the coast of Cuba, there lived a thin, weathered old man named Santiago. His face was lined by years of sun and salt. His hands were scarred by countless battles with the sea, but his spirit remained unbroken. Santiago was a fisherman, proud and determined, though luck had long turned its back on him. For 84 days, he had returned home empty-handed, and the villagers had begun to whisper that perhaps his time had passed. But Santiago was not alone in his struggle. A young boy named Manolin had fished with him since childhood and loved him like a grandfather. Although Manolin's parents had ordered him to join a more successful boat, the boy still visited Santiago every evening. He brought him food, coffee, and their favorite topic of conversation, baseball, and their hero, Joe DiMaggio. Sitting together, they shared dreams and memories, laughter and quiet understanding. One night as they parted, Manolin said softly but firmly, "I will go with you next time. I am no longer small." Santiago smiled, knowing the boy's heart was with him, even if his boat was not. On the 85th day, Santiago rose before dawn. He prepared his skiff with care and set out alone, pushing beyond the usual fishing grounds, determined to change his luck. As the sun painted the sea with gold, Santiago murmured to himself, "Every day is a new day. It's better to be lucky, but I prefer to be exact. Then when luck comes, you are ready." Hours passed, then a strong pull on his line. A giant marlin, a fish as long as his boat and filled with raw power. So began a battle that would test the old man's strength, skill, and spirit. The marlin dragged the boat farther and farther into the open sea. Santiago gripped the line with his weathered hands, the rope cutting into his skin. He tied it around his shoulders, feeling the strain in every muscle. Yet he whispered with wonder, "You are beautiful, great and noble, oh fish. But you must die." For 3 days and nights, man and fish struggled in a dance as old as time. Santiago admired the marlin's strength, even as he fought to claim it. He thought of Joe DiMaggio, who played through pain and drew strength from the memory. His hands cramped, his back ached, but his spirit did not falter. He reminded himself, a man can be destroyed, but not defeated. At last, as dawn broke on the third day, Santiago gathered his last reserves of strength and drove the harpoon deep into the marlin's heart. Exhausted but triumphant, he tied the magnificent fish to the side of his boat and turned homeward. But the sea, like life, demands its price. The scent of blood drew sharks, hungry and relentless. Santiago fought them with everything he had, his harpoon, his knife lashed to an oar, even his bare fists. But the sharks came in numbers, stripping the marlin to bone. By the time Santiago reached the shore, only the skeleton remained, a pale ghost of the prize he had fought so hard to win. At dawn, Manolin found Santiago asleep in his humble shack, his hands torn, his body weary, but his face at peace. Tears filled the boy's eyes as he sat beside him. Softly he said, "I will fish with you again. I am no longer small." As Santiago slept, he dreamed of lions on African beaches, proud, fierce, untamed. A symbol of the youth, strength, and dignity time could never take from him. Though Santiago lost his marlin, he emerged with something greater. His battle was not about fish or fortune. It was about proving to himself that his spirit remained unbroken. Life is like the sea, vast, unpredictable, sometimes cruel. We may face triumph and defeat, gain and loss. But in the end, what matters most is not the outcome, but the courage to set sail, to face each wave with a steady heart. As if Hemingway whispers to us across the pages, true defeat is not in losing, but in surrendering the will to try.